If you want to feel the pulse of China's political discourse, a good starting point would be Chinese modernization. What exactly is it, and why is it so important for us to understand? How does it stand apart from the modernization paths and models of other countries? Welcome to the new episode of Xictionary. Chinese modernization includes common elements of modernization worldwide, but is more defined by its unique Chinese features. Today, rather than diving deep into a lengthy explanation of its meaning, I'd prefer to share my perspective through a few short stories. Speaking of Chinese modernization, you might first think of the skyscrapers in Beijing and Shanghai, or the convenience of high-speed trains and mobile payment. But that's not very different from modernization in other countries. Xi's vision for modernization extends way beyond that. Have a look at this group of photos. The ladders you see are not for thrilling adventures. They were the sole means of access for villagers who once lived precariously on the cliffs. Liangshan is one of the nation's poorest regions. Before 2016, the villagers faced an extraordinary challenge, scaling an 800-meter cliff by navigating 17 sections of rickety rattan ladders just to get in or out of their village. In fact, some of the elderly never made the treacherous descent in their entire lives. Later on, a steel staircase with 2,556 steps was constructed, along with the installation of a 4G communication network and a supply of water and electricity. By 2020, during the final stages of China's massive poverty alleviation campaign, 344 villagers from 84 registered poor households were relocated to new concentrated housing. Today, this cliff village nestled in the mountains of southwest China is a vibrant tourist attraction, providing a unique source of income for the relocated residents. Liangshan is a powerful testament to China's historic poverty eradication achievements. Under President Xi's leadership, the country has lifted nearly 100 million rural residents out of poverty, with over 9.6 million people relocated from inhospitable areas. For China's top leader, the modernization of China encompasses elevating even the most impoverished individuals to a moderately prosperous life. It is a modernization for the entire 1.4 billion population. That's more than the combined population of all developed countries in today's world. Chinese modernization is described as a modernization of a huge population and a modernization of common prosperity for all. In this regard, the country is consistent in its words and deeds. China is already the world's second largest economy, with its per capita GDP reaching 89,358 yuan in 2023. However, Xi believes that modernization relies not only on material abundance. Without cultural advancement, it cannot be considered a true modernization. Here is an example. Pingyang Road, the historical and cultural gem in the ancient city of Suzhou, boasts a history spanning over 2,500 years. During a 2023 visit, Xi urged local officials to protect, explore, and utilize this cultural treasure. Standing in a city where ancient pagodas seamlessly intertwine with modern skyscrapers, Xi lauded the block as a precious treasure that preserves and carries forward traditional Chinese culture. Xi's inspection tours have taken him to many places across China, where he repeatedly emphasizes the importance of local history and cultural preservation. This commitment is evident in his support for landmark cultural projects like the China National Archives of Publications and Culture and the Chinese Academy of History. I have been lucky to have been to all the branches of the China National Archives of Publications and Culture, which are amazing, offering an insight look into the Chinese culture and its profound values.
President Xi also led the efforts to promote the national spirit with patriotism as the core and the spirit of the times centering on reform and innovation to realize the Chinese dream. In a report he delivered to the 20th CPC National Congress, Xi proposed building cultural confidence and strength. Today, some 6,565 museums attract visitors nationwide, and many historic neighborhoods have been revitalized, showcasing the country's rich cultural heritage.
Now, I believe you wouldn't find it hard to understand if I say material and cultural ethical advancement is another feature for Chinese modernization. Take a look at two more photos. The first image shows illegal villas being demolished in the nature reserves of the Qinling Mountains, while the second depicts a forest park where those structures once were. The Qinling Mountains, a natural boundary between northern and southern China, once suffered severe damage from illegal real estate development. Xi took this problem seriously. Between 2014 and 2018, he issued a total of 6 directives, which ultimately led to the demolition of over 1,100 illegal villas and the punishment of multiple officials held accountable. This zero-tolerance stance underscores Xi's steadfast commitment to green development.
In 2017, pollution control was identified as one of China's 3 tough battles. By 2018, ecological civilization was enshrined in the Chinese Constitution for the first time. In 2020, China pledged to have CO2 emissions peak before 2030 and achieve carbon neutrality before 2060. Starting from 2021, China implemented a 10-year fishing ban in the key waters of the Yangtze River Basin. Meanwhile, tree planting has become a popular public activity, resulting in the world's largest afforestation campaign.
These initiatives have helped the Chinese people to enjoy bluer skies, greener mountains, and clearer waters. On numerous occasions, Xi has emphasized that lucid waters and lush mountains are invaluable assets. The modernization that Xi envisions is precisely a modernization of harmony between humanity and nature. Now, an important question remains. How can Chinese modernization benefit other countries, particularly other developing nations with similar challenges and aspirations as China? This man, Betalov Azakhan, is from Kazakhstan, the world's largest landlocked country. Thanks to a job opportunity he seized on the east coast of China, he saw the sea for the first time in his life. He works as a logistician at the China-Kazakhstan Logistics Cooperation Base. The image shows a sample of Kazakhstan wheat transported to Lianyungang of Jiangsu province by China-Europe freight trains, ready to be shipped to Southeast Asia for sale. Through this route, products from not just Kazakhstan, but also other Central Asian countries find their way to markets worldwide.
And the logistics base has been seen as a model project under the Belt and Road Initiative, an important platform to materialize the vision of building a community with a shared future for humanity. The BRI, first proposed by Xi over a decade ago, has yielded fruitful results. On the other hand, China has become increasingly integrated with the rest of the world under the leadership of Xi. As Xi put it, the modernization we are pursuing is not for China alone, but for all developing countries through our joint efforts.
In advancing modernization, China will neither tread the old path of colonization and plunder, nor seek hegemony. What China pursues is peaceful development and a better tomorrow for the whole world. China's 75th National Day is approaching. When we reflect on the remarkable achievements of a nation that was once among the poorest in the world, the discussion surrounding Chinese modernization carries even more significance today. In the past, modernization was often equated with westernization. However, China's practice testifies that each nation should and can forge its own path to modernization, aligned with its unique conditions. See you next time.